Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I have a new journal that is in the shop currently, and it is a sea-themed journal. I loved that turtle digital kit so much, I had to make another journal. This journal comes with a vintage book of seashells. Now, I almost tore some pages out of this to put in the journal, and then I just couldn't do it. So I thought I will just include the whole book with this journal so that whoever gets it, you can just keep it or use the pages or whatever you want to do. This is 1962 and it is a Golden Guide Seashells of the World. It's got some beautiful old pages in it. So the journal will come wrapped in this pretty fabric. I found this recently as well. It's a really soft sheer cotton. And it has the pretty much hardcover finish that I use sometimes with the old file folders. And they've got the little metal tabs here where you can label it. I just put a piece of cardstock in that's stamped C. One of the things I love about these is that they have these holes here so that you could tie a string around. It's really pretty to tie hemp cord or something like that. You could tie a seashell on here or some charms. That said, this journal is somewhat embellished, but I left a lot of room for whoever purchases this. Getting inside, of course, we have the kit. And in the front is a little pocket. There's an old, somewhat blurry photograph of some girls on the beach, and it looks like they're looking at something. It actually looks like these two might be holding hands a little bit and talking. She looks like she's looking at something. So there's that. This is a pocket. This is not. This was just a vintage book page. I love the way this man is under the sea. There's a faint mermaid stamped here. I distressed every page along the edges. There are some cards in here. There's a little pin with some beads. Quite a few charms. There's a fish there. I'll just flip through quickly. There's a button sewn on here. You know, one of my favorite things at the beach is seeing what the tide brings in. I mean, oh my goodness, I really, really want to get to the beach this summer if I can. Haven't been in a couple of years or so. There is a vintage decal. I went ahead and just completely glued it down. It looks like it's from the 50s, and these can get kind of brittle after a while. But that's glued down nicely and should be fine. Always remember with the journal too that every page is your canvas. You can redo any page that you want to do with glue and paper and fabric. This is your playground. There is a little sailboat charm. On these pages, there's a pocket all the way across, and there's just a page from a book that talks about making pearls. And there is just a blank card with some seashells. More pages. A lot of space for you to write. There's an old graphic that I love a lot. That's pretty much under the sea for sure. Very pretty illustration. On here is a pretty large double page from a book. And it's all about monsters of the deep. So in case you just need to be scared for a minute and think about everything that's swimming under the water, this page is in here for you. As you can see, some of the pages have lace, some have burlap. There is a little bulb pin with a dragonfly. We know they love water. Mermaid image and more beautiful paper. I love this kit. There is part of an old book page. And just lots of space for you to do whatever you want to do. This book was made by taking 3 signatures, and then each one was sewn to a piece of fabric, which was glued on the inside, and then these two, the front and back, these 2 pieces of file folder were attached with fabric as well. And then I've glued this vintage lace here on the outside. So back to where we were. There's another charm with a big fish. And just more pages. You can see the distressing here. Beautiful images. She reminds me of a mermaid. I think it might be these beautiful flowers. And then on this page, I included a page from a book I have called Vintage Yachts. I love to see pictures of ships out on the sea. Yachts are really pretty. And then this is the loggerhead turtle. It's endangered species of South Florida National Parks. Isn't that a beautiful creature? So there's another little pocket for you to tuck in. I may tuck something into that before I send it out. There is a little metal charm that says treasure. This has 72 pages if you count front and back. Lots of room for you to work. Let's just flip on through. I stamped the word Imagine in a few places. And I love this. That's a paint card. It's got well water, sea exposure, and starry sky. And that's just glued down. I love that you can see through it. This is an actual photograph that I found in some papers. And it shows some fish. It looks like maybe in an aquarium. Love this page. And in the back we have this old pamphlet from Cape Hatteras, and this is part of the front of a vintage book about seashells. I just folded it over onto itself, stitched around the edges, and made a really large bookmark or tag or card, and that sits right here. And again, there's another beautiful turtle. So there is that journal. It looks pretty full like this, but bear in mind it's not overfull at this point by any means. And bear in mind that it's got this really thick double page folded up in here, as well as the other book page. So that, I feel like that really makes it stand up a little bit more. And this is ready to go out. So if you're interested in this, you can head right over to abitofbirdsong.com where it's already listed. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.